Thanks for calling whatever fill in the blank pizza. What can I get for you today? Hold on a second here. Honey, what kind of pizza do we want? Pepperoni on the whole thing, mushrooms on one half, sausage on the other. No problem at all. Would you like any breadsticks with that? Hold on a second. Honey. Yeah, one breadsticks, but with an extra sauce, if you wouldn't mind. No problem. Any drinks or anything else with that? Hold on a second here. Honey, stop. Why don't you put Honey on the phone? Because Honey clearly has all of the answers. You don't. You're just a middleman and you're wasting everybody's time. You can go back to pretending to do whatever the hell it was you were doing before you made this phone call. Put her on the phone. She has all the answers, clearly. That is a representation of what it's like in modern small business. And I'm not talking about on the retail side. I'm using that because you'll understand that that'll translate. But on the wholesale side of this, when a small business has a problem, they call up and they say, hey, we've got a problem. There's an accounting issue or there's some kind of problem going on between our two companies. And, we need to fix this right away. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about that. You'll have to send an email to somebody who may or may not receive it. They're probably on maternity leave or something like that. Okay, do you have any authority to fix anything within the arrangement, the relationship between our two companies? No, I do not. Can you transfer me to somebody who can? No, I cannot. Why? Why all of a sudden? They don't have phones on their desk, really, so they're Amish now. So you somehow work for a company that is a tech company that is run by Amish people who have no ability to communicate with their customer over the phone right now to solve a problem that would take 3 minutes. Yeah, this is, by the way, the future of AI, if you want to call it that. It's a bunch of companies that are really poorly run because big companies become poorly run. That's just what happens. They become inefficient. Physics punishes inefficiency. It rewards efficiency. As the owner, if I'm calling up, I want to talk to somebody who has some kind of authority to fix the problem. Because I have the authority to fix the problem on my end, they should have the authority to fix the problem on their end, right? It would just stand to reason that's the case. But that's not what we're getting. We're getting endless layer upon layer upon layer of bureaucracy, voicemail hell, endless amounts of phone trees, press 1 for English. 1, you have indicated you wish to proceed in English. If this is correct, press 1. 1, you have pressed 1. If this is correct, press 1. This is the kind of nonsense that is the future right there. All of that is massively inefficient. And it's just designed to try and frustrate everybody on the other end to where they just go away. That's why none of these people have any authority to do anything. And by the way, if you have one of those jobs where you have no authority, you have a fake job. And I do not feel bad when you get finally fired. And I don't care where you are in the world, by the way. Okay, so all those call center people, all the call center people, you're going to be fired too. Because you have no authority to do anything. Because either there's two possibilities. You're either not smart enough to fix the fucking problem, or it's a fake job, and you're just there to frustrate people, which is why they sent everything over there. Here in this country, usually, if you have a problem, it used to be that you would go talk to somebody that actually had some authority. That's the whole point of hiring a manager. A manager wasn't supposed to be someone who just had a set of keys and did the scheduling. No, they were supposed to be people who actually thought and actually knew what was going on in the company and could solve a problem, and they understood what was going on. They understood the whole problem that the company was having. They got rid of those guys. Those guys were too expensive. Also, those guys wanted to solve the problem, and the point of the company is not to solve the problem, it's to make sure the problem never hits their desk. Like, Ron Swanson style. Seriously. That's it. See, you guys all laugh at that stuff on Parks and Rec, and it's funny from the government perspective. That's not funny when you actually have a business relationship with another company. And pick a company. I don't care which one it is. Pick any of the mega companies. You're all thinking of about 10 of them right now. You know exactly what I'm talking about. All of those companies, every single one of them, are designing firewall layer after firewall layer after firewall layer to keep from having to solve the problems they're creating. They are creating these problems because they're too inefficient and they cannot continue. Big government, for my commie followers, big government is no better. It's just, that's just going to get even worse, actually, because then there's nobody responsible for anything. Oh, and they're also guaranteed pensions forever. So they're guaranteed to live on money, tax money, forever, which means they're going to print money out of nothing, which means they're going to devalue your spending power, on and on, right? So my capitalist followers get no shrift from me, and my commie followers get no shrift from me. That's why I'm able to take apart both sides very easily. It's because of that. Because in the real world, when you actually deal with this shit every fucking day, this is what happens. You start to see it for what it actually is. And so there you go. So if you're wondering what the future looks like, it's you sitting on hold with a robot that can speak in complete sentences and completely misunderstand what the fuck you're saying.